talk about subjection a little bit now. First Peter. We got about 20 more minutes. We got a subjection. First verse says, likewise, ye wives, be in subjections to your own husbands. And there's a reason. There's a reason for this. Be in, some definitions say harmony. Be in harmony with your husband. As the sister was saying, if wherever he provides a home for you, then that's where you should be, whether it be in the city or on a farm or wherever. Then if it's a sugar shack or whatever, then, home is where the heart is. The heart is where love is. Now, if you get married and you want to stay with your family, you should have never gotten married, or you're not ready for marriage. That if you cannot separate yourself, I look at Sister Talanda, when she and Minister Dave started talking, she was down here from Manassas all the time. She'd drive down. She'd drive down. Oh, yes, drive down. Spent more time in Williamsburg on the weekends or whatever than she did in. And I think one sister was telling me that her mom said she didn't know whether she was ever coming back home. She spent more time in Richmond and Williamsburg than she did in Manassas. So, if any obey not the word. Now, it's relating to others watching you. Age woman, that they may teach the younger women to do what? Love their husband. And when you love someone, you want to be with that someone. You don't want to be apart from that someone, but you want to be with that someone. That's what love does to you. It draws you. Now, the scripture says, be in subjection to your own husband. Watch this now. That they also may, without the word, be won by the conversation of who? Now, what are you trying to win? What are you trying to win? That they may be won by the conversation of the wives. What are you trying to win here? You're trying to win souls, and you're also trying to win people's confidence that you know what you're doing in your marriage. But if you're flip-flopping, if you are at odds and not in harmony, when you talk about in harmony, meaning realizing that the man is the head, and I love my husband, he loves me, he showed me that he loves me. Deacon Paul said, she's never had to buy a car. He's always provided, cared for, roof over her head, everything else. So being in subjection here, God commands this. Commands this. Yeah, well, submissive and subjection is in the same. That there is a commitment to being with your husband and being in harmony with the husband. Now watch this. It says, now while, the second verse says, while they behold your chaste conversation. What is the definition of chaste? Yes? Definition of chaste. Huh? Chase. No, not this. This is C-H-A-S-T-E. Chaste. Chaste meaning what? The what? Discreet.
Chaste is a virgin, celibate, not sexually immoral, simple in style, not ornate.
That they might, watch this now, while they behold your chaste, meaning your pure, your honest, your just conversation, coupled with what? Fear. Fear of what? Fear of torment? No. Fear of reverence and respect. Fear of reverence and respect. First to God. We always say what? First to God, then to leadership, and then to one another. Now watch this. Whose adorning, let it not be the outward adorning of the plaiting of the hair and of wearing of gold or of putting on of apparel, but let it be the hidden man of the heart, in that which is not corruptible, even the ointment of a what? Meek and quiet spirit, which what? So when you are in harmony or submissive to or in subjection to your husband with a meek and a what? Quiet spirit, that in the sight of God is of great price. Not boisterous, not rambunctious, not throwing down, disagreeing, arguing, or just playing. You know, some just don't do. They won't argue with you, but they just won't do it. That's not being in harmony. That's not being in subjection. That's not being submissive. That's not being obedient. That's not showing love, because when you look at the scroll, it says obedience, love, reverence, and respect. It's first to God, then to leadership, then to one another. Now watch this. In the sight of God of great price, for after this matter in the old time, the holy women did what? Also who trusted in God adorned themselves, being in subjection unto, even as Sarah obeyed who? Abraham was a husband, and what happened? Called him what? He was the head. She gave him reverence as being the head. She respected him as being the head. Calling him Lord. You know, and when you got to the level that people called you Lord, you were somebody of the upper echelon. And so here was Sarah calling her husband Lord. And whatever her husband decided to do, it was all right with her. As long as he provided, as long as he cared for, as long as he loved her or whatever, if he says it, I'm in agreement with it. Like Deacon Paul said, he didn't tell her to jump off a cliff or anything like this. So the only thing he wanted was that she be where I am. And her family couldn't see her being way down there in North Carolina, so she, like he said, he went on down there and moved. She came later on, but she was unhappy. And so the thing of, and you have to look at this, because some sort of misjudge the man's motives when he go about to do certain things, and they feel as though it's more or less family involved when it's not necessarily a family, because family is close by or whatever. Like the farm, we have, you know, the big house. I spent 2 years getting Dad's house rebuilt, and I spent every day there. Every day, sometime 15, 19 hours working there.